All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Tuesday, May 13th, set today by Harpo. But first, our cryptic clue of the day. Nothing all right after debut of Roy Castle. 4 letters, nothing all right after debut of Roy Castle. All right, let's see what Harpo has. Very tough Monday yesterday. Hopefully normal service is being resumed. Reportedly, purchase farming tool for a penny farthing. So reportedly telling us it's a homophone, and purchase must be buy, and so I'm thinking penny farthing, an old type of bicycle. Yeah, sickle, bicycle. All right, I'll go along with that one. Excuse me. Stock gatherer seen around Suffolk for one. My goodness. I do like the two parts of it being side by side there. Stock bull or something. Bovine. Around Suffolk for one. Oh, something county. Maybe. Is Suffolk, is it considered, I don't know, there's some group of counties. I know there's the home counties. No, I don't know that one. Revamped Commodores launch site in Russia. Well, Commodores is 10 letters. I think we're going to revamp or anagram that. I know the astronauts were cosmonauts, and we do have Cosmo. I think it must be Cosmodrome. I've never heard that term, but makes sense. Although I wouldn't, the drome. Oh, yes, well, maybe from Latin, hippodrome and all of those things. Thunderdome. Oh, no, not drome. Distinctive character conveyed by internet host. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Oh, I do. Conveyed, as in carried, might indicate a hidden clue, and within internet host, I was thinking of AOL, etc., but ethos is hidden in there. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Steady earner from clubs beginning to collaborate in adult entertainment. Is it going to be adult entertainment or steady earner? Clubs beginning might just be a C. To collaborate. Yeah, I'm going to need some letters for that one. English involved in slight about Aussie football. English, usually E, involved in, seems like we're going to put it inside. About Aussie football. No, I don't see that. Force once made rough bombs. Ooh, thought it might be an anagram of rough. Oh, maybe bombs is an anagram indicator. Yeah, and I think maybe it's a force once upon a time, an old force, old army. Oh, the home guard, yes. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? All right, Top Hack's office tried so desperately to get joint. I don't know where the, excuse me, definition is. I'm very coffee today. I apologize in advance. I'm trying to pause in time, but don't always. No, I've no idea about Yeah, how to read that one at all. Only real mugs should survive its scrutiny. Oh, I think this might just be a cryptic definition, like some kind of face detection. Oh, maybe it's not Cosmodrome. But yeah, three O's. So anyway, because yeah, face. Oh, detection is too short anyway. But I think it might be face something. Anyway, we'll come back to it. Perhaps cyborgs, faulty power unit discharged at random. Yeah, I think this might be more tech, perhaps a cyborg. And then faulty power unit. But just at random, I don't think is going to be wordplay. I don't think we're going to take random letters from discharge. That would be very unfair. But we may anagram power unit, but where's the M coming from if that cosmodrome is right? Now I'm going to go back to the downs since we have a few letters here. Mix with Marxist, holding no good line. With the M, I'm wondering if we do have to mix the word Marxist, which is 7 letters, and we're going to put maybe NO inside it, holding no. But then the definition would be good line. Of course, good can be G, line can be L, so maybe it's a 5-letter Marxist holding no GL, and it's going to mean mix. I prefer it being a good line, but what is a good line? Oh, like a funny line? No, I don't get that. Company for older folk, horrified mainly over losing hospital. Wow, so there's a lot of wordplay possible in there. Horrified. Could that be an anagram indicator? Mainly over, and then losing an H for hospital. I think there is a company in Britain called Saga. Are they a cruise line or something? But maybe there's some company that is for older folk. Older folk music, or nothing's coming to me. Flat baked objects. Dave's mate put across majority of terrace. Oh, I'm wondering if Dave's mate is Chaz and Dave. Because I'm thinking if maybe Cha, yeah, and I think the terrace is a patio, and we have most of that, and we get chapatis. All right. Ducks say 50% died in winter going north. Oh no, I love ducks. I think that must, okay, so I think going north in a down clue is telling us to reverse something. So I think it's going to be 50% of the word died. And we have a D. And that's going to go in winter, being reversed. Now I'm wondering if it is the actual word winter, because winter plus 2 letters from died. But I don't see how that's going to work. But then the definition is ducks say, so something like waterfowl Could be ducks as in the movement. Oh, or ducks as in zeros. Ducks, say. But I'm thinking of something like, if it is winter backwards, something like red wings, red beaks, red teal, red tail, yeah. Ugh. Yeah, maybe face is wrong, although the A is correct. All right, let's try rivet up broken corroded pan. Yeah, well, up might be a reversal indicator, but then broken might be an anagram. Corroded could be an anagram. Pan. Yeah, I don't see how to get 10 letters there, so that's the hard part. Let's try another down or two. Prisoner, Kurt church officer, and daughter came together. Oh my goodness. I think the daughter is going to be a D. Came together, I think, is part of the wordplay, putting the D after. Kurt, I suppose, is curtailed church officer. Something like a deacon or a sexton. And there's so many words for prisoner. No, let me just try this one. It would give us some nice starting letters. Pressure in America superficially harms economic recoveries. Wow. So I think it might be recoveries or even economic recoveries, bounce backs or rebounds. Pressure suggests we're going to have a P in the word in America, so maybe it begins with A or US, but I think A for America. Oh, superficially harms, I think might be wings or, like a glancing blow or something. Yeah, I do think it's going to begin with A. Fire safety measure identified in formal part of flight. Wow, is it going to be a fire safety measure? What is? I don't think formal part of flight means anything. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Having a change of heart, female sheep chasing castrated ram around area shows alert gaze. My goodness, 4 lines for that one. I think the change of heart is going to be wordplay, changing the inner letters of something. I mean, a female sheep surely is a U. Oh, but I'm wondering if you change the W in U to a Y, you would get some kind of I, which might be part of a phrase that means alert gaze. Not beady eye, discerning eye. Yeah, so that's going to chase castrated ram. Oh, is there a... Oh, I think we've had a word for a castrated ram before. Of course, it could be literally shortening the word ram. But I think that's going to... Whatever that word is, like a taggart or a tosser, a gregort, I don't know what it is. But that's going to go around A for area. Yeah, I won't go to the internet to find out what a castrated ram is yet. I think it is at the back of my mind. All right, longing for what was left in Santiago, unfortunately. All right, I think it's longing for is going to be the definition. And Santiago, unfortunately, sounds like we anagram Santiago. That's 8 letters, and we only need one more. Oh, I think we're going to add an L for left. Oh, I think it's longing for what was. And that would describe nostalgia. Ah, very good. Fling, means of protection, sacrificing first rook. Oh, I'm smiling if some of you know why. Um, Fling. Yeah, I think we're going to have a means of protection. Ah, yes. I think we had a very similar clue recently. The means of protection might be armor, and you drop the first letter R. Rook can be represented by the letter R. And so we get amour, so it's a romantic fling. All right, posy, heads evenly covered in mist. I think it might be posy, and I think I would have spelled, if I'm thinking of posy as a little bouquet, I thought that was with an E, but I may be wrong. So heads evenly, I think, are the even letters, the E and the D. And that's going to be covered in a word for mist, but not fog. Huh. Posy. What's another little word for a little bouquet? I mean, bouquet is 7, but I don't see how that would work. All right, we'll finish the acrosses. Boy cycling in bay, maybe, finds lever. Cycling is wordplay, telling us to cycle. I don't think it's going to be the word boy. It could be a boy's name, or it could be son or lad. And that's going to cycle in bay, maybe. Is that an anagram of bay? And that's going to be a lever of some kind. No. Oh, we looked at that. Category of disastrous result in e.g. MSc or PhD. Yes, I think it's going to be, it might be something to do with degrees, but I think we're probably going to anagram these funny letters we've been given. Yeah, I think it's going to be something degree. Oh no, I think it's not to do with our letters. I think it's that you would get your primary degree, usually a bachelor's degree, and then if you get the master's or a doctorate, you're getting a second degree. Ah, yeah, and it's a category of disastrous results like second degree burns, I think, how that works. All right, okay. Diplomacy surrounding, excuse me, Republicans' religious pamphlet. Well, diplomacy, the obvious synonym is tact. Put that around R for Republican, and you get a religious tract. Pamper bishop wearing laurel. Well, bishop is usually B. So maybe a B goes inside a word for laurel, and it's going to mean pamper. Oh, I think laurel might be the same as a bay leaf. And if you put the bishop inside, you get baby to pamper. All right, first pass, and about as bad as yesterday's, I'm afraid. All right, it does put a Y in an interesting place for our posy. Heads evenly. If it is the even letters of heads, the E and the D, I presume they'd come before the Y. R in second and third position. Flight, of course, could be a flight of stairs. Informal part of flight. What is a fire safety measure? Fireproofing. Yeah, those safety curtains in theaters. No. And here's our boy cycling in bay, maybe. All right, so I don't think it's an anagram of bay. Oh, a bay could be a horse. Or just as we saw, a herb of some kind, I think. Lever. Oh, I should know that word. Trundle. Oh my goodness, what is a lever? Let me pause and shake my head a few times. Well, in the end, I had to go to wordplays.com because I was not thinking of a good word that might mean lever. And I think it's a treadle, treadle, which I thought was like a foot pedal. But maybe that acts as a lever. And I don't get the wordplay still. Who is the boy? Is it Ed? No. Oh, lad. There is lad. Oh, bay can be a tree, of course. Yes. Now I do see that. Okay. Yeah, a lot of meanings of the word bay. Now here's my castrated ram. Alert gaze. I think there is a phrase, a brittle eye. Oh, but that doesn't have an A in it. So, and I may have made that up, but I thought there was a book or something, The Brittle Eye, or maybe I made that. Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to go and see what you call a castrated ram. Of course, it's a weather. And if you add the A for area, you get a weather eye, which would be an alert gaze. I think that's a good definition. All right. Oh, yeah. So here's our face recognition, of course. Yes. Should have thought of that. Okay, that gives us a nice C. Oh, it could be church on its own. Maybe we separate and it's CH or CE. I like CH. And then an officer and a daughter. But if it is, maybe it is now that I think about it, maybe it does mean came together because the D at the end could be for a past tense. Yeah, church officer. Something merged. Oh, converged. The prisoner is the con, of course. The church officer is the verger, but it's curtailed. I think the only verger I know is the one in Dad's army. Oh, maybe there is I don't know, is there a theme or just maybe putting in home guard made Harpo think of the verger? All right, let's see. That's our rivet up, broken, corroded pan. Maybe it's, yeah, I still don't know where the definition is there. Where to? All right, let's try my stock gatherer. I mean, I had the B and the C at the beginning. Why gatherer? Seen around Suffolk. Maybe stock is the definition and gatherer seen around Suffolk. Yeah, I mean, could that be county? If it was county. Oh, I do like having a U. I mean, Aussie could be, I mean, obviously it could be OZ, but I think it could be AU. But Aussie football, well, there's Aussie rules. In slight. English, of course, can be putting a spin on the ball. And then would a T work here? Top hacks, office. Tried so desperately to get joint. Is it going to be a joint? Maybe a joint in the body? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't see that. I'm going to get rid of my county for now. All right, here's my steady earner. Clubs beginning to collaborate in adult entertainment. Oh, the beginning to collaborate might be that C. And then I think it might begin with C. Something like a cash crop, a steady earner. Oh, cash cow. Yes, that's definitely a steady earner. Beginning to collaborate. Oh, adult is A. Phew, I was worried I was going to have to read out something embarrassing. And entertainment is simply a show. There we go. Ah, maybe this is saga. Horrified mainly over. Oh, I think it might be if you're horrified, you're aghast. And mainly meaning we drop the T, but then we also turn it over and lose the H for hospital. If that's right, that's very convoluted. Anyway, let me check that one. It is right. And I'm going to make a note mainly to remind myself what Saga do. I bet I saw their ads maybe when I'd be home in Ireland and in the afternoon watching Countdown, and I suspect this company advertises then it would be prime time for that uh, clientele. All right. Oh, ducks say 50% died in winter going north. Oh, there are ducks called widgeons. I'll say I think might be EG and 50% have died. So EGDI, and that all goes inside of snow. I think that's a bit loose to define snow as winter. Let me know what you think. Is that fair or not? All right. Oh, I'm thinking mix with might be commingle. Oh no, that's not gonna. Oh, maybe there are two M's in commingle. Yeah, maybe that's it. Marxist. Oh, I think the Marxist is a commie, and that is holding N for no, G for good, and L for line. All right. Okay, that's my rivet. I'm still keep going back to that one, but not great letters in it. All right, here's our perhaps cyborg. What is it going to end in? E something something, I think, is a little out of the ordinary. Oh, it could be TENT. Yeah, don't see it. All right, let's see. Let me pause and think about that one because I think it's going to have a P for pressure, and I think it may start with America, A or US, but probably A, and then it's going to mean, I think, oh, upswings. Oh, okay, I didn't even have to pause. Oh, the pressure goes inside of US, and then yeah, if you only shoot at someone but you only wing them, you superficially harm them. All right, thank goodness for that. Posy. A word comes to me, Samoyed. I thought that was a kind of dog, or else a Russian uh, drinking vessel. Let me pause and look up Samoyed and see what that is. Well, the Samoyed is the dog, thank goodness. I think the other word I was thinking of was samovar, maybe. But then I was looking at this and thinking, yeah, it can't be Samoyed. None of those words suggest a dog. But I was thinking of sprayed, and if you mist, yeah, covered in mist, I think is sprayed. And so posy heads evenly. Again, the even letters we would have an O from. Oh no, a posy is a spray of flowers, and then the heads evenly. Yes, now it makes sense. All right, fire safety measure. Oh, a part of a flight of stairs would be a riser, I think. And I think we need a word for formal, maybe. And the whole thing will be, oh, maybe you do that curtain at the theater, maybe is the something riser. What's a word for formal? Tux, something riser. I'll come back to it. Perhaps cyborgs, faulty power unit discharged at random. I was first thinking something wire, maybe because of the power unit, but I'm wondering if it could be something where, there's hardware and software. I think maybe there's a term for where that appears human or is somewhat biological in nature. Yeah, I do like where for that. All right, I'm going to pause and just try and get that something riser, finish that one out. I think there's something I saw in one of the search results called a dry riser, and I think maybe if Something is formal, it might be dry. Um, so I'll go with that. Now, what is this going to be? Discharged at random, or perhaps cyborg. I prefer that part. Funny sequence of consonants. All right, I'm going to pause and go through every possible vowel, including Y. All right, I had to go to wordplays.com again for this one. I'm glad I did. I know it, of course, a portmanteau word. I just would never have guessed that. And so cyborg, I presume it's a combination of cyber and organism, maybe. I don't think I really realized it was a portmanteau word. And then how's the wordplay? Power unit. I mean, it's almost like an anagram, but there's no I from unit. So I'm going to have to see that at wordplays, or not at word, at 15 squared. All right, we're nearly done with the bottom half. Good Lord. Rivet up. Yeah, broken. So we must be anagramming rivet up for the first 7 letters, and then 3 letters for corroded. Oh, that could be 8. And the whole thing will be pan, which could be to criticize. Oh, in fact, that is exactly what it is. Vituperate. I've seen the word in books, but I've never used it. Anyway, tricky one. All right, just really the top left, and I can go and have my lunch. Top hack. So how is this one going to end? Yeah, that I is in an awkward place. Oh, could it be IC? Top hacks office. Tried so desperately. Yeah, I'm wondering if it could be an anagram of tried so. Oh, the top hack is the editor, I suppose. Eds, but what's the office then? O? And then an anagram of tried so desperately to get joint. Well, let me pause and just see if I can do anything with the letters of tried so. I think they would come at the end. I had to use word plays once again, just because I'm desperate for me lunch. Anyway, I completely misread this, or I was on the right lines there. The top hack is the editor. Well, their office is the definition, and that is the editors, which that is the anagram of tried so, and then that gets a joint, the hip that we often see. All right, what does that do now for my stock gatherer? Okay, so it's not county. Bucket, bullet, buffet, barnet. Seen around Suffolk for 1. Maybe Suffolk is an example of a county, but we have to abbreviate it to CO. But I'm also wondering if Suffolk is an example of, is there like a breed of cow or sheep that's called a suffix. But I'm wondering now, maybe there's a word for gatherer that has to go around CO, and it's going to mean stock. Stock as a verb, or stock as in a stock answer. That I is interesting there. IT. Let me get rid of the county for a moment. Something commit. I see. ID. No, I think I'm going to have to go back to wordplays.com and see what words fit this pattern. I should have thought a stock gatherer, not a person, but I used to love watching One Man and His Dog growing up, even though we were very far from being sheep farmers, but it was just fascinating to watch them in action. And so it might be a border collie seen around Suffolk for one. Yeah, maybe it is a cryptic definition and Suffolk is a breed of sheep. Or I don't know if it's border county and then LLIE. I don't know what we would do with that. Anyway, okay, so having an L there, maybe it is. Yes, a slight could be a slur, and that is turned about, and you put the E for English inside, and you get Aussie football, Aussie rules football. I know there have been some games organized, I think annually, between Aussie rules players and Irish Gaelic football players, and I've seen the highlights of some of them. And those poor Irish fellows completely being battered and bruised by those Aussie bullies. Very unfair. Anyway, my goodness, what a tough one. I was really hoping for an easy one after yesterday, but no, not to be, not for me anyway. Let's go ahead and check all. Looks like everything's still there. All right, let's take a quick peek at 15 squared. All right, the blog is by Peter. Oh, he says it was over surprisingly quickly, given that he had no real write-ins. Oh, too many envelopes indicated by in. All right, well, that is being picky, I think, but good for him that he was able to finish it quickly. Let's see, the ones I didn't understand. Anagram of power. Oh, unit discharged. Oh, I don't think I've seen that before. You empty out unit. Plus at random. Oh my goodness. And then faulty tells you to anagram all of that. And sure enough, cyborg is cyber an organism. All right, and then I think in the downs, yeah, was the cryptic definition. Suffolk is indeed a breed of sheep. I did vaguely know that, I think. All right, here's the company for older folk. Let me just take a quick. Doesn't say exactly what they do. I suppose healthcare. Oh, insurance, travel, financial services. So I think I have seen them as travel. Anyway, you all knew that, I'm sure. And then chapatis. Yeah, Widgeons was the one. Yeah, I just don't like that snow meaning winter, but that's all right. Let's see. Grant, aging brain, definitely slowing. Yeah, that's my case too, I think. Vaguely knew Suffolk as sheep, but it didn't click. Yeah. The WP too hard. Oh, I don't. I don't know what that means, what that's standing for. The western portion? Oh, how are non-residents are supposed to know Saga? Yes. And Bay makes an appearance in a clue and an answer. Some new ones here, rather convoluted. I'm surprised Jeff Down Under doesn't mention the Aussie rules one. He should be happy for that. But Julie in Australia says, at least I got Aussie rules. Good. Tom's dad. A lot of this was easier than yesterday's Brummy, but held up by Border Collie. Yeah, and rules, I think, would have tripped up a lot of non-Aussies. Uh, yes, so I think a few people had some problems with it. Anyway, but I think a lot of it is just me. Anyway, thanks as always for watching and have a great day.